Alright guys, this is Shaka Joe 911 on my part 2 of my Sega Genesis collection, and I am going to begin right now. First game I got, very nice graphics in this game. It is Cool Spot. Awesome game right here. There's a unique thing right here that there are no bosses whatsoever in this game, which I gotta say is kind of, well, it is unique, but it's also its downfall. What you have to do is that you have to spell out, I can't remember what you have to spell, 7-Up or something else, Cool Spot or something like that. But if you spell everything out, you beat the game, and that's how it ends right there. There's also some cool spots that need to be rescued, but you don't really have to do that. The only thing you got to do is just go into the bonus world and spell out, like I think, like I said, 7-Up or Cool Spot, then you win the game, which is kind of unique, but I gotta say it's awesome. It's downfall, but this game, it is a challenge, and some things that you cannot see on the ground. That's also another big problem with the game. With one level, you gotta go in this bathtub level, and you can't see the water. You're just pretty much guessing what where you need to land. But those were really the downfalls of the game. But I gotta still say this is still a pick-me-up, but just barely because of that. And the game, I don't know why people keep on saying it's a hard game. It is Aladdin. This game is very fun. It pretty much goes with the story of the movie, the cartoon movie. I believe the only reason why people have to say this game is hard is probably because of the very last boss. Of course, it is Jafar. And you have to throw apples at him, in which it becomes very tedious and very annoying at times. It's not that hard, though. But this game is still good. It's got nice music. The gameplay is smooth. And it is one of my, I gotta say, one of my favorite games for the Sega Genesis collection. It is Aladdin. And also another fun game right here. It is Rocket Knight Adventures. Awesome game right here. Very fun. The story of the game is that you have to save a Princess Possum, which you are also a possum. But the gameplay, it kind of reminds me of Sonic in a way, just because of the jetpack that you can go fast as hell, but then it becomes really slow paced, and sometimes you got to face all these pigs. You got to face this one possum that betrayed your whole kingdom right there, that also kidnapped the princess. But yeah, this game is very fun. If you want a challenging game, now this game is not challenging on easy or normal, but it is definitely hard on hard mode. One hit, you're dead. This game is a challenge with that right there, and I cannot beat it on hard mode. It is Rocket Knight Adventures, definitely a pick-me-up. Very nice graphics too on that game, and this has got to be right now my favorite game of the Sega Genesis. It is Comix Zone. Man, this game, I think this was the very last game for the Sega Genesis. I could be wrong about that, but it might be the very last game that was good, that was released for the Sega Genesis. Love this game. It's so short, but that's a good thing about it. I mean, I really don't want to go through a long game, going through a whole stage. It doesn't look nothing the same or anything like that, but that's what I like about the game. It is short, it's sweet. You go through a whole bunch of comic book panels, beat up a whole bunch of characters that are being drawn by this one bad guy that was released from the comic. That's how the story goes. This main bad guy puts you inside the comic, and the guy that you made is outside the comic doing all this, you know, shit to you. But yeah, this game, it is very fun. The graphics are nice. The only bad guys I really hate were those the stinger on the very end of it. Those things were fucking annoying as hell. But yeah, Comix Zone, it is definitely a pick-me-up. Probably one of my favorite Sega games that I got. And a game that I was once good at, now I'm not good at no more, it is Eternal Champions. I really don't care for this game no more. I was once good at the game, I could beat the game. I can't remember how the whole thing went since I can't get that far. I usually have a lot of problems with the characters and all that, trying to do their special moves. But this game, it is hard. Well, I gotta say it's hard. I'm terrible at this game. For me, it is nothing more than a pass. You might disagree with me on that, but I really don't care for this game no more. I always like to be the wizard, though. That I can't remember what his name is, but Eternal Champions is a pass for me. in a game that I gotta say is better than Ghouls and Ghosts for the Super NES, it is Ghouls and Ghosts for the Sega. I gotta say this is a lot better than the Super NES one. I got rid of my Super NES one because of, well, I got pissed off at it because I thought I beat the game, but I actually didn't. You had to go backtrack, and which really ticked me off. And this is the same scenario right here, so I said, what the fuck? I'll just get this one and try beating it. I have not beaten it yet, but yeah, it's a lot. I gotta say this game though is a lot more fun than the Super NES ones. It's almost the same, but the different levels and different type of power-ups, which makes it pretty cool than the Super NES one. But yeah, I gotta say, Ghouls and Ghosts is definitely a pick-me-up. It's the same base story, just like the NES one. But yeah, it is definitely a pick-me-up. And the game that I gotta say is a pass, and I don't know why I got this game. I knew it was gonna be bad, but it is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. It pretty much, just like Aladdin, pretty much goes with the whole story right there. But the thing that's a little bit different about this and the movie is that the game takes place of what the series was with Lord Zed. And I thought that some of the stages in there were really boring, really tedious. It's nothing more than a side-scrolling beat-em-up game. The game is really short. I think I beat this game within 15 to 20 minutes. It is a pass, big time. The controls are not, well, the controls are fine, but there's not a lot of special moves that you can do. It's just boring. You face a bunch of ooze monsters, then all of a sudden you're back in the series timeline with Lord Zed and Goldar. And when you're facing Lord Zed, you just face the hand. And I thought that was really stupid. He just does this. And I thought that was lame as hell. The very end was stupid, where you have to face Ivan Ooze in one of those mechanical suits that he resurrects or something like that with his ooze. But yeah, this game, it is boring. It is a pass. It is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. Well, that's it, you guys. I'll be doing my part 3 next week. Until then, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, and to the atheists out there, Happy Friday. Peace out, and I shall never quit gaming.